think the biggest message is you have to do something about it. There's a really good program called Step Up, and it's a Bystander Intervention program that's offered here on our campus. It comes out of the Conduct Office, and the University Counseling Center works closely with the Conduct Office in supporting these kinds of programs. So the information I'm going to give you today comes from that Step Up program. The first thing that you have to do if there's a bullying situation is notice that it's happening. And I think sometimes that's hard because we live in a culture sometimes that encourages bullying. If you ever look at like the posts that people put after a news article or some of the things that you see online, sometimes there's, you know, things on front pages of websites that talk about look how much weight this person's gained or how much weight this person has lost, they're too skinny or they're too big. And I think that sometimes we get immune to bullying type behavior. And so I think the first thing really is about noticing that it's happening, noticing the language people use, the behaviors people have, the intent people have when they are bullying, and then also the impact it has on the person being bullied and the person around them. So I think you really have to be very observant and notice what's happening around you. The second thing is you really have to interpret the event as a problem. So you have to know that what's happening is having an impact on somebody. And I think oftentimes you have to really pay attention to your intuition. You know, if this is making you feel uncomfortable, it's very likely it's making other people feel uncomfortable, and that it's making the person being bullied leaving them feeling hurt or mistreated. And so I think those are all signals that can help you see that this is something that's a problem. The third thing you have to do is really assume responsibility. So you have to know that, okay, I'm going to be the kind of person that's going to do something about this. And hopefully by going through the tunnel of oppression, you start to feel that way and you start to realize that I want to be the kind of person that stands up for other people. That doesn't mean that you have to do something by yourself. It can still mean that you get help from other people, whether that's going to be from your friends or parents or mentors or from the counseling center or even from the police. But it does mean that you feel personally responsible in doing something about it. Definitely when you are making that decision, it is helpful because you're not thinking that, oh, I'll just let somebody else take care of that. Somebody else is going to stand up and do something, and so I'll just wait and let the other person do something. Because that often doesn't happen, so it can be really effective for you to just be the person to decide, I'm going to do something. The fourth thing is you have to know how to help. And so, you know, if it's something online, that might mean that you post something that says, hey, put a stop to that. That sounds like bullying. That's not okay. Or it could mean sending a private message to the person who's being bullied or to the person who's doing the bullying. You know, knowing how to help sometimes means that you're going to step up in a social center situation and say something or do something about it. Other times it might mean that you're going to just call authorities, whether that's going to be, you know, a faculty member or someone in the Dean of Students office or maybe even the police. But it's important for you to know, okay, how can I help this person? How can I help the situation? How can I put a stop to it? Sometimes that's hard to do. It's hard to know how you want to make it, how you want to step in, but you can talk with a counselor about it. You know, the counselor on duties here at the University Counseling Center often consult with students about things similar to this when they're kind of stuck with a, here's what I want to do, but I'm not sure how. So the fifth step in stepping up is implementing the help, so putting your plan into action. And what we recommend is that you try to do something that's safe, so you want to keep in mind your safety and the person who's being bullied safety and the people around you safety. You want to try to do something early on. It's much more effective to try to put a stop to something sooner rather than later. And you want to make sure that your intervention is effective. So you don't want to just kind of do something halfway. You want to see it through. And how you can do that is by asking the person who is being bullied, you know, is there anything else that you need? So that way you know that you've kind of seen the resolution to the end there. Some things to keep in mind is that you can be a resource for other people. So that might mean that you tell someone about the counseling center, you tell somebody about the conduct office or about eye care here on campus. It could mean that you make yourself available to walk the person over to the counseling center. It could be that you talk to the person who's doing the bullying and letting them know that, hey, your behavior is bullying type behavior and here are some things that you could do about it and here are some people that could help you. At the counseling center, often we see people who may not be bullied now, but were bullied when they were in grade school or middle school or high school, and they really find that there's some lingering effects as adults. And so oftentimes we're helping those students develop strategies to help them to be more social, to move past some anxiety they might be experiencing, or to improve their self-esteem, to really let go of some of those issues that were happening while they were growing up. So that's another thing that I wanted to mention, that it's not just about intervening to put a stop to bullying, but also getting help for people that may have been bullied in their past. Just some information about the counseling center. The counseling center generally has a counselor on duty Monday through Friday from 9 to 4. We're here for students, and we're happy to help students who are dealing with any kind of bullying type behaviors or who have questions about it. And we hope that we can be a good resource for students.